Good morning, children.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Last day we completed chapter 2 and today we are going to begin with the next chapter. Already you know that as per Robert Whittaker's classification, 5 kingdoms are there. Even though it was later modified, we are going to follow that 5 kingdom classification, and from this 5 kingdom classification, we are going to deal with one of them in detail. Which are the 5 kingdoms as per Robert Whittaker's classification? Alan, list those 5 kingdoms.
Kingdom Munira, Kingdom Protesta, Kingdom Fungi, Kingdom Plantae, Kingdom Animalia.
Earlier, the members of Kingdom Monera, Protista, and Fungi were included under a plant kingdom, but later all these were made separate. And in this chapter, we will learn in detail about plant kingdom. Briefly, you know the different characteristic features of the members belonging to this kingdom. But in this chapter, the whole chapter deals with plant kingdom. So let's begin. And all those whose videos are off, please do turn it on, children. And hope you are remembering that I had told you to come prepared for a test on coming which day?
Friday.
Okay. So let's begin with our new chapter, Plant Kingdom, as per the deleted syllabus of CBSE. Yes? As per the deleted syllabus of CBSE, latest one we haven't got, but as per the deleted syllabus, from this chapter, some of the topics are deleted. I will let you know. Now, to begin with, let us learn some systems of biological classification before we go into details of the plant kingdom. So we are going to see about some systems of biological classification. So the first one is artificial system of classification. And the second one, natural system. Artificial, natural. And the third one, phylogenetic system. What do you mean by phylogeny? Any idea? Evolutionary history, that is known as phylogeny. So this system of classification deals with the evolutionary history of organisms. So the 3 major systems of biological classification are artificial system, natural system, and phylogenetic system. Phylogenetic system, natural system, and artificial system are the 3 systems of biological classification, and you will see what are the main features of these different systems of classification. To begin with, the first one, artificial classification system. It is considered as the earliest system of classification, the first form, a classification system. They were based on gross superficial morphological characters such as habit, color, number, shape of leaves, etc. So this system of classification was based on the total superficial, external form of the organism, just based on the external characteristics like habit, color, number and shape of leaves, etc. So the criteria used for classifying was the superficial morphological characteristics, the habit, color, number, and shape of leaves. Linnaeus artificial system of classification, that means this was proposed by Carolus Linnaeus. It was based on vegetative characters and andrecium structure. So vegetative characters means the characteristics of the vegetative parts, roots, stems, leaves, etc. Whereas andrecium structure means what, children? What is meant by andrecium? Have you heard about andrecium, gynoecium? Anybody? Andrecium consists of stamens. It's a male part of the flower. That is andrecium. Gynoecium is the female part of the flower, pistil or carpel, and gynecology. So remember the term. So gynoecium is the female reproductive part, whereas androecium is the male reproductive part of the flower. So once again, I will repeat the artificial system of classification. This was based on gross superficial morphological characteristics, the external, the superficial characteristics such as habit. Morphology deals with the form and structure of living organism. Morphology, the branch of biology that deals with the form and structure. So the superficial or external morphological characteristics were considered to classify, like habit, color, number and shape of leaves, etc. And this took into consideration both vegetative and sexual characters, because androecium is a reproductive part or the male reproductive part. So mainly it was focused on vegetative characters and the structure of androecium, and this was proposed by Carl Linnaeus. Okay. Now let's see what are the drawbacks of this system of classification. They separated closely related species, or this system of classification separated closely related species since they were based on a few characteristics. So this was not a broad system of classification, only some superficial characters, very few superficial characters were considered for classification. This led to the separation of very closely related species. So he didn't consider any internal characteristics or the different, so many wide range of characteristics are present, but all those were not taken into consideration. And this system of classification was limited to or based on a few limited characteristics, and that led to the separation of closely related species. Then equal weightage was given to both vegetative and sexual characteristics. This is not acceptable because vegetative characters are more easily affected by the environment. So as per this classification, vegetative characters and sexual characteristics, the characteristics of the sexual, the reproductive parts of the sexual parts. So already I mentioned it was mainly based on vegetative characters and the structure of androecium. Androecium is the whorl consisting of stamens, the male part. So here equal weightage was given. So that is not correct because the vegetative characters, the characters of the different vegetative parts of the plant, they can be influenced by the external conditions, or depending upon the environmental conditions, there can be changes in the vegetative characteristics. So that method of classifying, giving equal importance to vegetative and reproductive characteristics were not acceptable. So once again, we will see the different methods for classifying plants. So artificial classification system is considered to be the earliest system of classification. Here the plants were classified based on the superficial or external morphological characteristics like habit, color, number and shape of leaves, etc. And this system was proposed by Carl Linnaeus, and he gave equal importance to vegetative and sexual characteristics. And this classification was mainly based on androecium structure and vegetative characters. But this system had several drawbacks and it is not accepted now. The drawbacks already we discussed. The first point is that since very few characteristics were considered, only limited characteristics were considered for classification. And as a result, what happened? Some of the closely related species, if the characteristics were dealt with in detail, this would not have happened. Since only some superficial characters were taken into consideration. Children, please mute your microphone. Since some of the superficial characters were considered. Children, I don't know who's Fahes, please mute your microphone. Okay, now let us continue. I was mentioning about the drawbacks of artificial system of classification. This system of classification separated closely related species. What is the reason? Because this method of classification focused on only a few characteristics. The different characteristic features were not dealt with in detail. So that is one of the major drawbacks of this particular classification system, and equal importance was given for both the vegetative characters and reproductive characters. That cannot be accepted because when compared to the sexual characteristics, the vegetative characteristics, the characteristics of different vegetative parts of the plant can change depending upon the external environment or depending upon the environmental conditions. Now we are moving on to the second method of classification. This was based on the natural affinities, the natural attractions or interactions between different or among organisms. It considered external as well as the internal features. So here, not only the external features. So in the previous one, I told superficial features were taken into consideration, but in natural system of classification, not only the external features, at the same time, internal features, the ultrastructure. Ultrastructure means the fine structure, the details of the structure, the anatomy, embryology, phytochemistry, all where the different aspects, the different internal features were taken into consideration. Ultrastructure, as I told, it deals with the fine structure. Anatomy is also a branch of science which deals with the structure of, mainly the internal structure of organisms. Embryology, study of the developmental stages, growth and development of the embryo. Phytochemistry, it's a it deals with the study of different chemicals released by the plants. There are different chemicals produced in plants. So this was based on, or phytochemistry deals with the different chemical substance release. So here the internal structure was dealt with in detail along with the external features. One drawback of our previous system of classification was that they focused on the external, very limited external or superficial morphological characters, and it gave equal importance to vegetative and sexual characteristics. But in natural system of classification, both the external and internal features were considered. Internal features includes the ultrastructure, the anatomy, embryology, phytochemistry, etc. And example for such a natural system of classification is classification of flowering plants or angiosperms by George Bentham and Joseph Dalton Hooker. So these two scientists, they classified flowering plants or angiosperms, and that was based on natural method of classification. It dealt, or after considering the different external and internal features, they classified flowering plants into groups, and this was proposed by, or the system of classification classifying flowering plants was given by George Bentham and Joseph Dalton. George Bentham and Joseph Dalton. Now the third system of classification, third and the last system of classification that we have to learn.
Ma'am, can you show the previous slide?
I'll repeat all the points. Phylogenetic classification system. And as I told you, phylogeny is the evolutionary history, deals with the evolutionary history of organisms. So this one is based on the evolutionary relationships among organisms. This assumes that organisms coming in the same taxa, in the same category, they have a common ancestor. So phylogenetic classification system, it is based on the evolutionary relationships among organisms, and this deals with, or it is assumed that all the members of the same taxa, all the organisms coming in the same taxa or category, they have a common ancestor. They all had a common ancestor. From there, by evolution, they have formed different organism. So all the members coming under the same taxa is having a common ancestor. So as per phylogenetic system of classification, they believe that there is a common ancestor for all the members coming under the same taxa, and this was purely based on the evolutionary relationships among organisms. So we will see all the three systems of classification once again. We learned that there are three classification systems. The first one is artificial system of classification, and this is considered to be the earliest one proposed by Carl Linnaeus, and this was based on the gross or the total superficial or external morphological characters like number, color, habit, shape of leaves, etc. And this classification system considered vegetative characters and also the structure of andrecium. Andrecium is the male reproductive part. This system of classification is having several disadvantages or drawbacks. That is why it is not accepted. And the first drawback is that since this system of classification was based on some limited characteristic features, they separated closely related species. And another major drawback is that they gave equal weightage to both vegetative and sexual characteristics. And the reason for that is the vegetative characters can easily get altered by the influence of the environment. They get altered, or they are influenced by the external conditions or environmental conditions. So we cannot say that these characters will not change or they are permanent. So since they gave, or since this system of classification gave equal importance to vegetative and sexual characteristics, that is also considered as the major drawback of this system of classification. And another system of classification is natural system of classification. And here both internal and external structures were learned in detail, were considered. And this was based on, this system of classification is based on the natural affinities existing among organisms. The ultrastructure, anatomy, embryology, phytochemistry, all were dealt under natural system of classification. And one example for natural system of classification is the classification of angiosperms, so flowering plants, by George Bentham and Joseph Dalton Hookup. And the third one is phylogenetic system of classification, which is based on the evolutionary relationships among organisms. And this system of classification assumes that all the organisms coming under a particular taxa will be having common ancestor. And there are certain other sources. So scientists take help from different sources in order to solve the problems in classification. So let's see what are the different sources which they depend on to solve the problems in classifying organisms. The first one is numerical taxonomy. So we learned about some of the systems of classification, and now we are going to see the different sources from where the scientists take help to carry out classification. The first one is numerical taxonomy. Numerical taxonomy, it is based on the observable characters, the external characters. It is carried out with the help of computers. So computers are made use in carrying out numerical taxonomy. Number and codes are assigned to all the characters. So organisms will be having different characters, so that some number and codes are assigned, so that it can be processed with the help of computer. And hundreds of characters can be equally considered. And since we are making use of some devices like computers, so this work will be simplified. The time and labor can be saved. Once again, numerical taxonomy is based on the external observable characteristics, and this system or this taxonomy is carried out with the help of computers. They make use of computers in carrying out numerical taxonomy, and Since this is done using computers, some numbers and codes are assigned to all the observable characters, and then based on that, the data will be processed. And since we are carrying out this with the help of computers, hundreds of characters are given equal importance, and the method is carried out. Cytotaxonomy. Cytotaxonomy is the second source. It is based on cytological information. Cytology is a branch of science or branch of biology that deals with the study of cells. Cytology deals with the study of cells. So this is based on cytotaxonomy. It is based on the cytological information regarding the cell. For example, the number of chromosomes present, the structure of the cell, the behavior of the cell. So based on these different characteristics, cytotaxonomy is carried out. And then the next one or the third one is chemotaxonomy. So from the name itself, you can understand it has got some connection with chemicals. So it is based on the different chemical constituents of the plant, the different chemical substances produced or present in plants. So these are the three different sources. I'll repeat once again: numerical taxonomy, cytotaxonomy, and chemotaxonomy. Numerical taxonomy, it is based on the observable characters, and we call it as numerical. And numbers and codes, because numbers and codes are assigned to all the observable characters, and then this data. So with the help of numbers and codes, this data can be processed in a computer, and several hundreds of characters giving equal importance can be considered at the same time. Whereas in cytotaxonomy, the cytological characteristics or the cytological informations are taken into consideration. The different features or the characteristic features of the cell, like the number of chromosomes, its structure, behavior, etc. Whereas in chemotaxonomy, as the name suggests, it is based on the chemical components, or what are the different chemical substances present in a plant. So that can differ from plant to plant. Some components will be, some chemical substances will remain the same in different plants, but there are so many differences among plants in terms of the chemical substances produced. So that is based on, or chemotaxonomy is based on the chemical constituents of the plants. So before we proceed to the next topic, let's have a quick recap of all the points that we learned. We started with the different methods of classification systems, artificial classification system, which was proposed by Carl Linnaeus. And here the classification was based on the superficial morphological characters proposed by Carl Linnaeus, and both vegetative characters and the structure of andrecium were considered while classifying. But this system had several drawbacks because it separated closely related species. The reason for that is this system of classification was based on limited features or limited characters, and as a result, closely related species got separated. And the second drawback is that equal importance was given to vegetative characters as well as reproductive characters or sexual characteristics. And the vegetative characters, they can be influenced by the environmental conditions, and they can easily get altered. So hence, it is not considered as an acceptable method for classification. Then natural system of classification is based on the natural affinities existing among organisms. And here all the fine details are taken into consideration, not only external features, at the same time, internal features also were considered, like ultrastructure, anatomy, then embryology, phytochemistry, etc. And an example for a natural classification system is classification of flowering plants proposed by George Bentham and Joseph Dalton Hookup. Then the third one is phylogenetic classification systems. And here this is based on the evolutionary relationships existing among organisms. And it is assumed, as per this system, it is assumed that all the members coming under the same category or same taxon, they are having a common ancestor. And then we learned about some sources that help in solving the problems in classification, or additional help scientists can get from these sources. Three we discussed: numerical taxonomy, cytotaxonomy, and chemotaxonomy. In numerical taxonomy, or it is carried out with the help of computers to facilitate the work to be carried out by the computers. Different codes and numbers are assigned to all the observable characters, and then the data is processed. And since it is done with the help of a device, hundreds of characters were given equal importance and considered at the same time. And cytotaxonomy is based on the cell characteristics or cytological features like the behavior and structure of the cell, the number of chromosomes present, etc. And finally, we learned about chemotaxonomy, which is based on the chemical constituents of the plant. As I told you, some of the chemical constituents will be the same in all plants, but at the same time, some chemical constituents are specific to certain groups of plants. Okay. Now, can we quickly summarize? Children, the second chapter seminar, anybody have come prepared? If not, Wednesday, I don't know whether it is a holiday. Might be a holiday. If Wednesday is a holiday, then come prepared on Friday. Friday, we have 2 periods. So, okay, all those who have given me the names, please come prepared on Friday. And Friday, you have test paper also. I am repeating so that I will also not forget about the test. Okay, who is going to start? Malavika, tell me about the earliest system of classification. Which was the earliest system of classification?
Ma'am, me?
Yes?
Ma'am, okay. Ma'am, artificial system of classification was the early system of classification. It was based on superficial morphological characters like a habit, color, number, and shape of leaves, etc.
Okay. Devika, who proposed the earliest system of classification or artificial system of classification?
Carl Linnaeus.
Carl Linnaeus. What were the drawbacks, Anila? What were the drawbacks of the system of classification?
They separated the closely related species since they were based on a few characters. Equal weightage of vegetative and sexual characters.
Can you say without referring? You recollect and say. Wherever you get stuck, I will help you, or your friends are there to help. Try, I will help. Only then we will learn. No, if you read, we will not.
They separated.
Reading, you will learn, but when I am asking, I said, okay.
They separated closely related species in the few characteristics.
Wait. They separated, or this system of classification separated closely related species. That part is correct. Why that happened? Because this was based on limited characteristics. So all the characteristics were not dealt with in detail. It was limited to a few criteria. Hence, it separated closely related species. Okay, second drawback, Meryl.
Equal weightage for the sexual and vegetative characters, and this was not acceptable since the vegetative characters were affected by the environment.
It can be influenced, or it can get altered by what? External environment. Okay, next point, who will say? Rose, your audio is working, child? Yes. Now, tell me about natural system of classification. Sorry, Rose, I can't hear you. Whom I'll ask? Alice? Alina, Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me about natural system of classification. We learned just now.
It is based on the natural
affinities.
It's based on the natural affinities among the
Organisms.
Among the organisms.
Who is saying? Analyst is saying? I was looking at Alina and okay. Analyst told the first point. Okay, Alina got some time to refer. First point is correct. Tell me, Alina, next point.
It considers external features and internal features like ultrastructure, then
embryology, phytochemistry, etc. And who proposed the classification or natural system of classification of angiosperms? Name those scientists. Meherin?
George Bentham and Joseph Dalton Hooker.
Okay. Then the third one, Tushar, which is the third system of classification?
It is phylogenetic system of classification.
Okay. You may continue, Tushar.
The third system is known as phylogenetic classification system.
Explain, because I couldn't hear. My connection went in between. You may repeat.
Okay, they are based on evolutionary relationship among the organisms.
And as per the system, all the organisms in
the same taxa have the same ancestor.
Okay. Then we also discussed about some of the additional sources on which the scientists depend on to solving the problems in classification. So 3 we had discussed. Eva, tell me one by. Many of you have turned your videos off. You two had some connectivity problem in between.
Ma'am, I have connectivity.
The others turn your videos on. Eva?
Yes, ma'am. Numerical taxonomy.
Numerical taxonomy.
It's based on observable characteristics and it's carried out using computers.
And the most important part?
Each characters are assigned number codes.
Numbers and codes.
So all of them are equally considered.
And then the data will be processed by means of a computer. And the advantage is that you can consider several characters at the same time, giving equal importance to them. And Malavika, Vibin,
Yes, ma'am.
Second one.
Cytotaxonomy. It is based on the cytological information.
Cytological
information.
What are the different cytological information considered? Cytology means what, Malavika? What is meant by cytology? Cytology. Who can help? Lakshmi, what is meant by cytology? It deals with?
Cells. Study of cells.
Study of cells. So cytological information means different features of the cell, like the structure of the cell, the behavior of the cell, the number of chromosomes present in the cell, etc. And the third and the last one, Anjana?
Chemotaxonomy, it is based on the chemical constituents of the plant.
Chemical constituents of the plants. Irene, can you turn your video on? Irene, are you there? Sanjana, Irene. Okay, children. So hope you have understood. And we will be starting with the different classes or different divisions of plant kingdom in the next class. So can you tell me what are the different divisions coming under plant kingdom? You have learned in class 9. Anybody is remembering? In the previous chapter also, we learned about those. Briefly, it was told, it was mentioned. Anybody? Basma, can you?
I don't remember.
20, 9:20. Yes, Basma, sorry.
Ma'am, I don't remember.
Well, at least one you will be remembering, no? 9th standard textbook, just recollect. You can. Some nice names. Ending with the fighter, fights. Game. Ah, yes.
Algae, bryophytes.
Algae. We learned it. Listen, in this 11th standard textbook, it is mentioned as algae, but we had learned it by under different heading.
Cryptogame and phanerogame.
Cryptogame and phanerogame are the major groups, but under that we learned about Thallophyta. Algae are included under Thallophyta. Multicellular algae are included under Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, then angiosperms and gymnosperms. Under Cryptogame, 3 divisions we learn: Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta. And under Phanerogame, angiosperms and gymnosperms. And under angiosperms, Basma, under angiosperms, we learned about, based on the number of cotyledons present, angiosperms are divided into 2.
Dicotyledons and
yes, dicotyledonous and monocotyledonous plants. So we'll be learning in detail about plant kingdom in the next class, and come prepared for the test. I think Wednesday is a holiday. I'm not sure. If Wednesday is not a holiday, then come prepared for the seminar on Wednesday. Okay, children. So before we wind up, let me take the attendance. Next class.
Thank you.